Out
Big
here.
boppers coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Shurman Riggins and Frank Reckless Mills, both over 220. And I saw these guys. I saw Shurman Riggins, he's a pretty long kid. He's a pretty tall, long kid, powerfully built. Fights out of Ash Boxing Gym, trained by Jonathan Nampha and Nick Robbins.
You know, partner, well, we have a 5-pound weight difference here and about a 2-inch spread in height.
Yeah.
The age is interesting. We're looking at a 9-year age gap. Big Rig, here we go.
Big Rig, 28 years old.
Great walkout song, too.
And he's the taller of the two.
This is the most active corner crew on the walkout that I've seen so far.
They're really into it. All over the top rope.
Oh, well, the big guy's got to go over the top rope, partner. Come on. Folks, here we are. Fight number 12 out of 16.
Long way to go.
The last stanza, if you will.
Frank Reckless Mills, the opponent. And is Reckless, well, it's Rec with a W-R-E-C.
Look at this. Look at this.
Southpaw stance.
Oh, yeah. You want to take that jab? I don't.
He's a fire plug, and he is powerful. 37 years old. You mentioned it, 9-year age difference between these two.
Fighting out of my neighborhood at Navy Yard. Shout out Navy Yard. Southeast DC.
Got the big guns. Frank Millis.
Please welcome fighting out the blue corner. He weighed in at 230 pounds. Fighting out of Urban Boxing and Navy Yard, trained by Walter Jones. Here is Frank Reckless Millis.
We got a couple typos, and apologies to Mr. Millis.
Well, vouching for my partner here, I got the same note cards you do, and that was a little bit typo in the back office. That's okay. Those guys never been in the fire.
But now it says Mills up there.
Yeah, I know. I think we're...
All right, we're going to go with Mills. Apologies to the Mills family if that is incorrect.
Yeah, Larry takes all responsibility for any errors that occur at any point in this broadcast.
Well, they got to spell two different ways up on the video board here, in fact. So, Frank Mills out of Urban Boxing Gym in the Navy Yard, trained by Walter Jones.
Yeah.
Now, both these guys look pretty powerful, so we'll see. They bow to each other, sign of respect. They're going to get it on here in a moment.
I think Mills might be the guy.
You picking Mills?
The experience.
You need a win. You need a win to get a little closer. My partner, Joe French, is consulting with his posse on who he should pick here.
You know, one of the big parts about my role here, Larry, is having moles in all these camps and understanding who's training where.
You got
and
people all over you. I mean, gosh, you're like the Godfather here.
You know, it's a Golden Jacket, main event alumni 1-0, undefeated. Get a little love. But I think I'm riding with Mills tonight.
Okay, you're going for the shorter, older guy.
Taking experience. I'm taking experience.
Well, he's powerfully built. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We'll see who takes this one.
I think he's the shorter, but he's the bigger of the two men tonight.
A lot of intrigue in this one here. I don't know. I mean, Big Rig versus Reckless.
Partner, you ever heard the expression "still waters run deep"?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think still waters run deep here.
Okay, well.
Yeah, okay. That the glove pound, the glove. I don't know if they just got that on the broadcast, but the Mills in blue, the glove.
Look at
pounder,
Mills. He got those gloves held high. He's in a defensive posture.
Yeah, I think I know. I like who I got.
Okay, you got Mills. You got Mills. You need this one bad.
Yeah, make it interesting.
You're on a little bit of a hot streak here.
But don't count Big Rig out. I mean,
The Big Rig is just Big Rig doesn't.
Mills moves though.
Yes.
So he's in southpaw right now. Oh wow, Big Rig coming at him.
What was that?
Their feet got tripped up on each other. Incidental.
Big Rig looked like he had a flat tire for a second there.
I hope not.
And Mills coming forward. Hard to see who's actually
Mills
scoring blows here.
Yeah, and Mills fighting out of sight. I love that body shot by Mills. That was a great punch. He's dropping. I like the way he's lowering the levels. He's forcing the bigger man to come down and fight at his level.
Big right hand by Mills that time. Nice combination by Mills.
Oh, great punch. Oh, he's throwing it, partner. He's bringing it, partner.
Yeah, you see Big Rig Riggins backing off. Tell you what, in this town named Riggins is pretty well revered, so we'll see if he can stand up to that name.
Shout out Ringo, who I heard at the game last weekend.
He was at the game. Frank Mills has a crew here.
Hometown crowd here,
yes,
my
sir.
right partner.
Isn't everybody a hometown fighter here? Kind of,
Some
sort of.
Some more than others, my
Some
friend.
more than others. Nice overhand right that time by Frank Mills. And another. Mills doing a good job
Big Rig got
catching
a
the
couple
bigger
in there.
man.
But Big Rig, I give him credit. He got a couple great shots in there. This has been a very good first round. I get the slight lean to Mills here with 25 seconds left, but I like the way Big Rig got in. Both these men are a little heavier up top than down low, and
Their footwork isn't the best, but they're in there showing a lot of guts and throwing some leather.
For the folks at home, I really want to watch what I'm watching.
Big shot again by Mills.
I like the way Mills has dropped his levels, gotten his chin to about the nipples or belly button even on Big Rig, the bigger man, and said, "Hey, punch at my height, that's fine, but you got to get down if you want to. If you want to do this fight, you got to get down to my level."
Mills has a better game plan, I think. Let's see if that could change
Agreed.
here. Folks, time is running out on our silent auction. After this fight, we're going to close it down. Actually, after the next fight. So, time running out. Text DC23 to 243-725 to bid on one of our silent auction items. Got to give the first round to Frank Mills, Reckless Mills. I don't know, did you?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Slight, but yes.
And you can see the heavy breathing right now by Shurman Riggins. I think he might be the more tired of the two after one round.
I'm looking around the crowd, and it almost seemed like everybody was in the same thing. They were that big right hook. I think it was that punch Mills threw early in that first round. Everybody's talking about that was felt at home.
Mills up tight, scoring with that overhand right.
That southpaw hook is nasty out of Mills.
Mills has the better strategy, trying to get inside, and it's working for him. Walking in. And Riggins battling back. Riggins with some momentum there, pushing Mills back.
Younger the two men, longer the two men. Oh, wow.
Straight right-handed.
Oh, he's down.
Goes Riggins. Referee standing 8 count now, and Frank Mills scored with that right hand, put him right on his back. And what's the referee doing here? Referee is it a mouth guard issue? Looking off to the side. What is the referee doing? Is it going to be might be bleeding from the nose. He might be bleeding from the nose, and they're trying to pack that nose.
And here's the experience, my 4th out of 5th Haymakers for Hope here. I've seen many fights called for blood out the nose.
Well, how is this fair to Reckless Frank Mills?
Well, it's not.
There's a time. You don't have timeouts to stop the bleeding.
Clock stopped.
Yeah, but they're checking. They could check him, but they're actually trying to stop the bleeding during the fight.
Yeah, I think these things bat at like 30-70, where generally 30% of the time they continue on. If she can't get it to stop, I think this thing's over pretty fast.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's fair to Frank Mills. There he is. He's the man who put the opponent down, and they're giving the opponent a chance here. But on the instructions of the referee from ringside, they're trying to stop the bleeding from the nose of Riggins. It's like they've stopped it temporarily. Ballin'.
It's a great song.
And so we resume.
Minute 12.
And look at Riggins.
We're
He's
the
just
exact
trying to
halfway
protect
point
his
of the fight
nose.
here, partner.
I'll tell you what. Look at Frank Mills. He knows he's rolling right now.
Yeah, he knows.
All he needs is to punch him in that nose one more time, brother.
I like the way he's getting lower. He's fighting, like I said, at the belly button or nipples. He's a little lower. You know, Riggins is firing great crosses, but they're just not connecting because they're too high. I like the way that Mills has gotten down lower. He's fighting up into his opponent. He's taking advantage of being the smaller of the two men.
Nice ripping right hand by Mills again.
Oh, be careful right here with the right hook.
And Riggins going to go down again, gets pushed down, but his legs
all right, so you got the same
way.
hand gesture I'm getting here, right, partner?
Yes. He's saying no knockdown, but it's almost like he's saying the fight is over.
That's exactly right. You got to be really careful with
He
those
needs
gestures.
to clarify his arm movements. And Riggins right now, I think, once you taste your own blood and you know you're bleeding like that, you're almost looking for a way out. Now his corner rightfully is going to get a chance to patch him up.
Officials getting a little bit of coaching here from the judges. I don't know if you noticed that. And they there might be a little bit of instruction coming out from outside the ring.
I want to thank Rock Spring Contracting for sponsoring this fight, along with Wash Line LLC.
Usually when those officials collect the scorecards between rounds, it's a pretty brief exchange. You reach over, you grab the scorecard, bring it in, etc. That was interesting. That was a little not your average peck on the cheek. That was
You think they might know each other a little bit?
Yeah, and I think there was maybe a little bit of instruction given there.
Well, we'll have to investigate that after the fight is over as we head to round 3.
I have a hunch, partner, that your gut instinct was right, which was we can't just reward guys. If they get knocked down just with with the minute.
I don't know. Maybe that's a new rule that I'm not familiar with,
But hey, who are we, right?
Hey, I think Mills is in front. I don't think anything has changed.
Agreed.
He looks like the
Great
stronger
punch
guy.
there.
Yeah, it's a scoring blow,
Yep,
even though body shot.
2 in a row. I got him 2-1 right now in this round.
And Riggins is taking a little bit of a beating in this fight. Had that bloody nose, stopped the action temporarily.
That was a really great right hook by Mills.
Counter-punching
All
Mills.
right, Riggins is opening it up now. He knows he's got to go.
I want to say Mills has a little more boxing experience than Riggins. Mills might have boxed earlier in his life, 37 years old now, but he knows how to counter. And Riggins doing his best, but he hasn't really been effective. So,
but I will say this, as a southpaw myself, don't underestimate how hard that is for someone that's an orthodox fighter to have trained orthodox, fought against orthodox guys, and then get a southpaw in the ring. We fight a little differently. Our angles are different. The punches that you have success throwing and sparring and practice are not the same that you'll have success with on fight night. Right. And there are windows of opportunity that you can execute on a southpaw. Don't get me wrong. It's not an invincibility thing.
And there's less southpaws for training and sparring.
Absolutely.
So it's harder for the opponent. It's an advantage. I think it's an advantage to the southpaw, to be honest with you.
Agree. And if you look at, as I said, as a southpaw, if you watch the right foot of Mills here, he's getting outside. There it is. He gets outside, and he forces that left hand of Riggins to kind of chase him. And Riggins has opened himself and actually gotten to southpaw stance 2 or 3 times this round.
Right now Mills, I think, has this fight in the bag unless he does something unforeseen.
I'd stay away. I'd stay away and let this thing run out.
Yep, he's continuing to batter Riggins. Riggins did what he could in the 3rd round. I think he came back nicely in the 3rd round, but just too deep of a hole. Well, he's sitting on those last shots. He's trying to knock him out.
Hell of a fight.
And Riggins raises his hands as though he is victorious and maybe trying to psychologically impact those judges. And the corner, there you see the corner of Mills hugging their man.
He knows.
To do the same thing.
Snoop Dogg. Shout out Snoop Dogg. I saw Snoop Dogg perform in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2015. Guy was probably 45, 50. He was fantastic.
How did it smell that night there?
No comment. I love this corner man for Mills.
Yeah, that's his trainer, Walter Jones. And
Walter might need some scissors to cut those pants off later tonight, partner. Those are pretty tight.
Well, let's see if you've picked another one correctly. That'll be 4 in a row if you do. I'm pulling for you, brother.
Need one.
I got to believe Mills won that fight. I think he dominated the fight, and I don't see how Riggins can claim at the end of the fight to raise his hands and claim victory, but he's doing what he's trying to do to sway the judges.
You got to do what you got to do.
A lot of mutual respect in the squared circle as the decision
both those guys
in
are
the
winners.
hands of Henry Jones.
course, out of the blue corner.
All right.
Reckless Neil.
Got the big beard. He's got the big punch. Frank Reckless Mills, the victor in this one.